No one is born hating another person because of the color of his skin, or his background, or his religion.
People must learn to hate.
If they can learn to hate, then they can be taught to love.
For love comes more naturally to the human heart than its opposite.
Hate, discrimination, racism, and prejudiceness.
These are some of the issues as young people that we have to face.
As we prepare for college, we also have to prepare for the real world.
Unfortunately, these are some of the issues you have to see on media on an everyday basis. But in order to change, we have to talk about these issues.
So let's talk to some of our classmates to see what they think. Why is it important to embrace diversity?
Well, diversity, if we don't have any mixed cultures or diversity at all, we'll be just plain. We'll be in a straight line.
So it would be boring?
Yes, exactly.
Diversity is important because you get a little bit of everybody's culture.
So it's nice to have a mix.
Exactly.
I enjoy eating different kinds of foods and
I like to meet new people every day and make new friends.
and learning more about their culture.
When was that the time you have experienced racism or hate?
When I was in 8th grade, when I tried out for pom-pom, and before I even got a chance, they took my name off the list because I wasn't white.
How did that make you feel?
It was unfair and I felt left out.
Okay, so I'm going to talk to you guys about a few statistics on Hispanics. Hispanics are the nation's largest minority group and among its fastest growing populations. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, the Hispanic population in 2012 was 53 million, making up 17% of the U.S. population. According to a Pew Research poll, Latino people are the second most discriminated against ethnic group after African Americans. In 2011, less than 30% of Hispanic students graduated from high school, and less than 4% earned advanced college degrees. More than 20% of Hispanic females under the age of 18 live below the poverty level. In a study conducted by Rutgers University, 22% of Hispanic/Latino workers reported experiencing workplace discrimination compared to only 6% of whites. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, I think it's messed up, especially because in the news and stuff, you see it. They're all trying to close up the border and say that Hispanics are bad and they're going to kick them out the United States.
Do you have any thoughts on this?
Well, first of all, I really don't think we should close the borders, considering that it's usually with Hispanics and Latinos doing our dirty jobs.
Yeah, they do make Latinos do a lot of the dirty work, don't they?
Odio, racismo, discriminación, predicción.
It seems a shame that Native Americans are subjected to racism in a country that they've called their own, but they do. According to the United States Department of Justice, Native Americans experience per capita more than twice the rates of violence as the average American citizen. American Indians are the victim of violence by those of other races more than 70% of the time. So why then is the public not aware of these statistics? The answer is horrifyingly simple. Justice system in America does not tend to care for its native sons and daughters. According to the U.S. Department of Justice, by its own admission, crimes against Native Americans go unpunished. The DOJ states that some of the problem is reporting of crimes by Indians, but they also admit that police officers nationwide are not equipped with the knowledge needed to fight crime within Native tribes. Many times, because tribal members live on reservations, local police are reluctant or discouraged from responding to crimes against Natives. In effect, this leaves many tribes policing themselves that can get difficult because of tribal ties.
What do you think about racism against Native Americans in a country that was once their own?
I think that since this, like our nation, well not nation, but like our people per se, since they put the Native Americans there, I think that they put them like a box, a discrimination box. And since they're there now, they think, oh, they get special privileges now.
What do you mean by special privileges?
Well, sometimes people think that Native Americans get these special privileges, like their college is paid for and they get to have different rules because they live on reservations. But the thing is, we kind of made them that. Because if they try to live in our society, then people are hesitant on what to say to them or how to discipline them if something happens, worst case scenario stuff. Because they have different things, because in different tribes you have different rituals and all that, but since they put them how does this work?
All right, so when you see the media and you see the different things going on in the world today, and not even the world, but the United States, whether it be hate crimes or discrimination or violence against each other as Americans, not just, racial violence, but violence in general, like, what does that make you feel? What is your definition of hate? When you hear the word hate, what do you think of?
Well, there's different, I have different versions of the word hate. In social media, when it comes to discrimination and stuff, I think the fact that some people, they get jealous or mad that some other people have an opportunity or some other people are happy and they're not. So there's since they're this, they did that, and they get mad over it. So I think it's just they're jealous that they didn't do it and they couldn't achieve that. So they just blame it on them. So, yeah.
So do you think that happens because of color?
Sometimes.
Do you think people hate on each other because of color?
Sometimes, because, there's always people always think stereotypical wise because, for instance, they think all Asians are good at math, or, all white people just are squares, or they think all black people are in crime. Well, that's not the case. Anybody can be different. There's gonna be Asians that are bad at math. There's gonna be white people who are in crime and all that. And then there's black people that are lawyers and they're going places farther than a lot of people have gone that aren't that color. So it's
Hate. Racism.
Prejudice.
So what does colorblind mean?
Well, I feel like colorblind is basically just not judging someone just by the color of their skin. I feel like it really limits you if you're looking at someone and you're judging them already before even talking to them. I feel like that it puts you back and you're not opening up to them, or they're not going to open up to you fully.
If you focus on color, you never know how that person truly is. If you let color stop you. Many different races have the same aspects and same characteristics and traits. And if race is going to stop you, then you don't deserve to know other people.
Have you ever expected racism?
Have we ever encountered any racism? I feel like kind of we all have. I mean, just people stares. I feel like most people just judge you just because they feel like, oh, well, she's black, then she's ghetto, or they have these thoughts about you before you even talk to them. And I feel like just now a lot of things are coming up in the world that shows that that's happening a lot in our generation right now. It's coming back, it's occurring again. So
yeah, and there's too many slurs, and people like don't take it seriously anymore. Like you always hear like Caucasian people using like trying to be black, or black people trying to be white, and it's like they're just insulting people if they let it slide, and it doesn't really have any more meaning anymore. And then that leads to more conflict. So there's really no way to win in that situation.
So say, if you were in a certain situation, what would you do?
And what would I do about what kind of situation?
Like, say people were making fun of you because you're trying to act black.
I would say I don't know. I don't understand why they would like make fun of me for that. I mean, pretty much everybody can get ghetto. It doesn't depend on race.
yeah, and I feel like just when people say like, oh, you're acting white or you're acting black, there's no really such thing as you're acting this certain way, because not all black people act the same, not all white people act the same, not all Hispanics act the same. Everybody are really different, and everybody likes to, and everybody want to categorize someone, but I feel like at the end of the day, we're all people. We're all humans, so.
Just because our skin is different, we're all bleed the same color.
Yeah.
Darkness cannot drive out darkness.
Only light can do that.
Hate cannot drive out hate.
Only love can do that.